milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We are back out working on the cabin. This time we're actually going to sheathe the wall right above me up here. We got one big piece of plexiglass. It's roughly about 4 feet wide, and in between the beams right here and here, it's about 21.5 inches we need to cut this plexiglass. We're going to cut the plexiglass, and it's pretty much going to go all the way from the bottom all the way up to the top. We need to put a little 1.5 inch board down below just to fit in there nicey nice. We're going to get that entire wall all sheathed in with the plexiglass. We're going to sheathe the rest in with the thermoply, and we're going to try to start buttoning up this outside of the cabin, getting it all nicely sealed up in this video. So let's get to it. So right now we're going to be sheathing the thermoply along the edge of the door right here, above the door right there to close it in. We need to sheathe this section here and this little section over here. The center section here is actually going to be a door, so when the roof opens, the door will open inwards, and you can walk out here onto a deck that we'll have to put on eventually later on. So we're going to sheathe this in the best we can right now. On the other side of the cabin, we have up here, this section right here is going to be plexiglass. This section right here is going to be plexiglass. That'll probably be thermoply, and then the rest over here will be thermoply. And this is the sheet we have right here. It's about a 4-foot section. We're going to cut this at 21.5 inches wide, which will fit perfectly on the studs, and we'll nail it right to the studs right there and seal it around it with caulk. Same on both sides. Thermoply, thermoply. But we're going to have to try to cut this, so it's pretty thick. You can see the love bugs are out everywhere today, but it's pretty thick. Pretty thick stuff, so we got to cut through this. We're going to try using the jigsaw. We're going to lay a board straight across here, clamp it on, just to run the jigsaw along it to get a nice straight cut. So we're going to measure this out as 21.5 inches and get this cut. So I've got the plexiglass laying down right now, and I need this to be 21.5 inches wide. So I measured over 23 because on the jigsaw that I'm going to use to cut, it's about 1.5 inches over from where the board is right now. So I'm going to ride the jigsaw right down along here in hopes that this cuts the plexiglass okay. So we're going to try that right now. I've never done this before. We'll give it a whirl. So it's actually melting on the jigsaw blade, and then the blade starts to get wonky and turn. We're going to nick the corner of this off right here and then position it up where we want it. So we've got this piece of plexi cut to size right now. I've got it pre-drilled all around the edges. We're going to use the roofing screws with the rubber gaskets to screw it in. So we're going to caulk around the frame of the window, put the window in from the outside and screw it in place. Chris used a little Protecto Rappo Cuzzo here on the sill down here just to protect that in case any water comes back in. We've got this 2x4 right here screwed in place just to set the window on something outside and push it up to screw it in so it holds it. Once the window's in place, we're going to get rid of that board right there. So we're just cleaning the window and prepping to caulk all along the outside here. Put the window out, push it in. Probably have to bring the ladder over here and screw it in. But we might be able to do that from inside too, not have to go outside. we got this completely cut down to the exact same shape that we need for up in this section here. So we're gonna bring this upstairs. We're gonna cut that angle and get it mounted just like we did that window right there. Chris is just bumping up the sill down here. We'll coat it just like we did on that sill there with the rubber. Protecto Sheeto Cuzzo. And get this one cut. This angle's a little steeper on the backside. So we're gonna take some measurements from here up to there, from here up to there, and we're probably just gonna wing the angle. So this piece right here is going to go up into this little corner right there. So right now the last piece that we have to figure out the sheathing for is this little triangular piece above the window. So I'm going to measure along here, measure up here, measure this all out inside, transfer over to that piece right there, cut it out, and then we'll put it up from the outside. This goes up there. Alright everyone, that's going to wrap for this video. As you can see, we got both sides of the loft completely sheathed in. We got the plexiglass done on the other side. This side is completely done. So the only thing left for Chris to do is to sheathe in where the door is, right up here in the front of the cabin where the flippy floppy roof comes out. So as always, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Smash that big red subscribe button. Smash the notification icon down below so you know when I do post future videos. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.